Hey, hi friends, welcome back to Bhau-Automation Lab, and let's continue this session related to the Gemini AI. So in previous part one, we have learned how Gemini will help us in the manual software testing process. Now let's understand how Gemini AI will help us in the automation software testing process as well. Okay, so if you want to learn the automation testing process from the scratch to advanced level, you can ask the simple question related to that to the Gemini AI. Like I am very new in automation. Can you tell me step by step about Selenium WebDriver? Okay. So I'll just asking like I'm very new in automation testing. So can you tell me step by step about Selenium WebDriver? So it will create a data related to this. So absolutely step by step breakdown to get a start your Selenium WebDriver automation on web browser. So here we have first of all what he Gemini AI will suggest us. Like you have to choose the programming language. Like if you are master in Python or Java, C Sharp, Ruby, whatever language you want to use, you can use it. Like you have to choose the ID like Eclipse or uh, or like a Visual Studio, or you can use like IntelliJ or whatever ID you have to choose it. Like he will suggest us. Like we have to configure Selenium WebDriver, and he will provide us the like a link as well. If you click on that link, you will redirect to the Selenium WebDriver official page where you have to download the Selenium WebDriver, right? So he will tell us the like installation process of WebDriver, like a browser driver. Okay, write first scripts in Python. So he will provide us a code as well, like how do you write the first script in the Python. If you are, and after that it will like a running script, like explaining the script structure, like how it will work, and like official documents also it will provide us to support us how we can work with Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so he will guide us very step by step. Okay, and the same way in this in draft 2 draft 3 also we have like more information related to the this concepts. Now let's ask him this is the introduction and installation part, right? Like in how do you help us, how do you help me, how do you help me in automation? Let's say some specific question. Okay, let's say in automation like a Selenium, Selenium WebDriver, and Java. Let's say I know the Java and Selenium WebDriver, so I'll just asking the question related to that. Like, how do you help us related to the Selenium WebDriver and Java? Okay, so he will provide the information like setting the environment, the Java installation. We need to complete in our machine like ID selections and client WebDriver license and everything. Write a first script in Selenium Java. So he will provide us a simple example related to our website itself. Like this is our website, and do you launch that websites, and this will provide us a simple code and explanation about that code as well, how this code will get executing. Okay, so this is how we can understand the process of automation. How can we write a simple script related to the automation, how we need to set up the environment related to the Selenium WebDriver and everything. You can just ask this simple question to the Gemini and he will provide us a answer. Okay, so, if you ask this question to the Gemini AI, he will answer you related to that as well. Okay. Now, let's say you want to understand the something related to the test cases. For example, you have created the manual test cases, right? Our previous test, like here. So in this chapter, I'm not explaining the Gemini features and everything and how we have created. If you are directly coming to the washing to the house, Gemini will help us in automation process. So I'll just explain you guys. So you have to watch the part first of this session video tutorial first, because here I have explained everything about how to you set up the Gemini AI and how do you understand the process and how options are coming here, like how we can use these three drafts, and how can you use all other options related to the like this all other options related to the Gemini, and how we can upload the images and everything. I have explained in the previous chapter, so I'll recommend you to watch that video first and then come here. So as we have created the test scenarios in previous lecture, so what we can say, so as per previous, or as per the let's say don't create a scenarios as per the our test case, but let's create a new scenario. Like for example, let's create a sample script using like a Java, create a sample script in Selenium in Java using Java for login page. Okay? I'm just given one instruction to the Gemini AI to like create a simple script related to the login page using Java. Okay, so here we are creating one sample script for us. Okay, and okay, this is related to the Java. If you want to create this simple script in Java, you can just tell to Gemini like convert this code in Python. Okay, you can tell like a whatever language you want to use. You can tell to the Gemini like I want to convert the script in Python. If you know the Python very well, so it will convert that same script into the Python, and he will provide a code related to the Python to login specific. Okay. Now let's understand like what I am try to tell you like in the previous session also. Okay, that ChatGPT having the knowledge related to the September 2021 itself, but when you ask some question related to the Selenium 4, maybe ChatGPT will not able to answer that question because ChatGPT launched after because Selenium 4 launched after the ChatGPT, that new versions and everything will come, and there are lots of version comes after the ChatGPT launch. Okay, so. Here, as I already mentioned, like Gemini having the real-time knowledge. Okay, so I can ask some real-time consent like real-time questions related to the Selenium to the Gemini. For example, let's say what change is made in Selenium 4. Let's ask this simple question like because Selenium 4 is having multiple new features. Okay, and what exactly change the Selenium guys have made into the Selenium 4. So the basic change is like base change is like uh, WebDriver protocol switch. For example, in Selenium 3 we have a JSON wire protocol. Everyone knows that. Like, but in the Selenium 4 we have like a W3C WebDriver protocol, right? So there I have some enhancement in the grid architecture. Okay, and like revamp some IDs and everything in related to the new APIs and features and overall improvements. Like Selenium Post offers the better integrations with the browser developer tools and allow tester to leverage the functionality like network interactions, more compressive testing. There are a focus on improve like performance and resource management in Selenium Post. So these are the more like I just want to ask some specific questions related to the Selenium 4, like Selenium, like let's say which is new locators in Selenium 4, which is not in Selenium 3, which is the new locators in Selenium 4 to find the elements in the Selenium. Okay, just ask the simple question. Okay, so so existing locators still works in Selenium 4, right? But some relative locators like in Selenium 4 will introduce like above. The locators will be element for like above another elements. Below locators will be element the below elements and everything like to left off to right off near and all these the locators have been introduced in the Selenium 4. So he had a real-time knowledge about your like activity and testing process and related to the Selenium and everything. Now we have created, let's create a one, let's say ask Gemini to create a login script using like let's say Java and Selenium for Bhau-Automation. Okay, for Bhau-Automation lab website. Okay, so this is the simply like a specific question to related our website. So it's asking we are creating the sample like a code to like for the login page for Automation Lab. So he have provided some like public class and everything. So we have how nice and cool code it created using like weights and everything in this and elements by using by IDs and imports and everything. It's created here. Okay. So I'll just copy this simple code from here. Okay. So if you not like this code, you can check here like any another without try catch block without catching the exception. This is the direct code is created here. So all these things we have different, like let's say copy this code and go to our Eclipse and create one demo class, demo package here. I just paste that. Uh, I just paste that code inside this demo class. Okay, I'll just refreshing it. Okay, Bhau-Automation of login. So this is the code we have created. So in Selenium Pro, we not required to set up this. So I'll just removing this one, and we have to launch Bhau-Automation login page. So here in Selenium Pro, we have duration of seconds. So we'll just add that duration of second. Duration dot of seconds. We can add like whatever you want to add. So let's add this for 25 seconds, and with the explanations we have like this one, like how do we have to. Okay, so here we need to pass a Chrome, whatever driver. Okay, so let's add this driver, and with the explanation we have like navigate to the website, then username and password. But here we have username, we have ID, and we have text to login button and everything. We have to pass that username, and all our code is ready. Okay, so if you want to find this elements as well, like ID or how you have to create the XPaths and everything, you can create it easily using this Gemini AI as well. Okay, so how to create that? So let's go to the website and just inspect this element. I want to click on this login. We are on this login page, right? For example, we are launching this website like www.automationlab.slash/login itself. And we want to like create XPath for this particular text box for this XPath and this. So what I can do, I'll just simply inspect this element, how cool it will help us to automate the things, right? So I'll just inspecting these elements. Okay, so these elements, all the elements inside the, let's say inside this class only, or let's say, yeah, this elements inside this class, this element inside this class, this element inside this class, and this element inside this class. Okay, so this element inside this class, right? So everything is here. So I'll just inspect this particular element for here, and I'll just copy this HTML. For example, edit this HTML, and I'll just copy this one. Okay, copy, and I'll just paste it into the Gemini AI. Okay, and asking Gemini to create best XPaths to send keys in text box. Send keys in text box using above HTML. You can simply tell like this. Okay, he will processing that over HTML, and it will create a best XPath for us, which will you can directly using into a script, and you can automate the things very easily. Okay, so it's trying to understand this HTML, and he's created the our XPath like this input user ID, like this. You can use this inspector, this XPath as well. You can use this expector, and how cool it is. Let's say let's open our website here. What we can see, let's open, check whether we are able to find that element. Yes, inspect that, and we can see we are able to find that particular elements using this XPath. Okay, so if you're not able to find that element, you can change the XPath as well, right? So here we have child in XPath, like you can use this in first priorities XPath as well. So I'll just push that XPaths here, everything, and we can create the XPath, right? How nicely is find the element, right? So we'll just copy this XPath and like paste it into our script. You can change it to XPath light and just paste it to scripts, right? So we have launched this Bhau-Automation Lab website, and then again, and same way we can create an XPath for a password as well. Okay, so this is the input box. You can just go to the edit HTML and just copy, and now let's paste it here and say create XPath for password text box. Okay, and before we launch this AI and everything tools, we need to learn the XPaths, how to create the XPath using text, how to using XPath, and how to create them using siblings and everything. We have to learn lots of things, XPath tags and everything. But nowadays, the life of uh, like automation and software testing is very easy because of using this AI tools. Like we can create we have got the XPath related to the that password as well, and how multiple XPath he will provide us. You can use anyone whatever you want to use. So I will just put that XPath inside this box. Okay, so this is the XPath we have created, and let's say what we have to do. And on this XPath I need to we need to do the same keys, right? So we'll just change to XPath, and we have to do use send keys, and you can provide a send keys here. We have XPath here, okay, and we just close this one. Okay, so we have already done here same keys using this XPath username field and in the password field as well. Okay, so we have created this username and XPath. Let's say this button XPath is working fine or not. Okay, yeah, it will create it. So let's say button XPath is working fine or not. No, so we have to create that like XPath for login as well. So let's say I'll just remove this button and star. So we have XPath for a login. It's not working. So I'll just asking like Gemini AI to create XPath for the submit button as login button as well. Okay, edit HTML, copy this code, and go to the Gemini and just paste it here and ask create XPath to click on login. Okay, so create XPath to click on login. So it will create a XPath to click on login. Okay, so this is the XPath. Let's see it's working fine or not. Hope so. It will work. Just copy it, go to the website, paste it here. Yeah, so it's working, right? So we'll just paste that XPath here, and you can pass our username and password, whatever you want. So here we are passing test. Let's say it's working fine or not. Okay, as our intention is how we can find the expert and how can we create and this code will work or not. Okay, so whatever code we provided by the Gemini AI, it's working fine or not. Let's run this program. We have added this dummy username and password test which is not available in our like a database, but let's say whether it's adding this dummy test username and password in our website, and we are able to click on login button or not. Definitely, we are not successful login because we are entered the wrong username and password, but our code is working fine or not. Yes, so we got some exception here related to the XPath username password field. Okay, so what we have did wrong here, we have added this. Okay, so we have changed the comma here, I think. Okay, so just find that error what we have made the mistakes. Like let's search this XPath again here. Yeah, now it's correct. So now let's run the script again and let's see. It should be show the error message like username and password is incorrect. Yes, correct. It's click on that particular login link perfectly, and this test is successfully passed. Perfect. Now, if you got any exception like element not found or anything, like we have found multiple type of exceptions, how we can resolve this using that our like Gemini AI help. So I'll just change this XPath here. Okay, so I'll just made a mistake here. So it will not found the element and it will throw us an exception related to that. So when this script is run, like our script is not able to click on that this particular element, not able to send this username and text case. It will wait for this 25 seconds, whatever wait we have provided here as per the Selenium WebDriver wait, and Gemini AI will provide us a script using that WebDriver weight and like expected conditions and element to be clickable and everything. It is provided here until the expected condition because of like it's learned till Selenium 4. Like this is the advanced version of like AI, and he had a knowledge related to the real time. So it will provide us a script related to the like using this WebDriver and everything. So we have found this exception. Like what is the time of exception? Element not located, element is not clickable. So what we can do, we can just simply copy this particular exception and we can paste it here. Okay. So whenever you paste the exception, whatever problems you are facing while doing the automation, it will provide us the best solution related to that. Okay. We are not need to search on other web pages on everything. So show the page load or timeout exception, element of the synchronization issue, dynamic content, and incorrect locator. Okay, this is our mistakes we have made. So he provided like you are using incorrect locator. Maybe this as the cases because of your script is getting failed, right? So whatever exception you got, you can simply ask to the Gemini AI, and he will provide us a great example related to that. How you can simply resolve that issue. Okay, so you can simply add that code into the your script. So using this script, okay, you can simply tell like can you write best automation scenarios for login. Okay, so I'm asking to create a automation scenarios for login. So he's creating that scenario. So what type of scenarios we have to automate in login? Okay, like a robotics locator, explicit wait, error handling, we have to like that. And then first of all, we need to automate these scenarios. Okay, first of all, we need to use the explicit wait. We need to proper way error handling. We have to clear the like readable code and login and reporting. So we have creating this open login URL first scenario. Scenario is like successful login. So open your login URL, locate your valid username and password, click on login button, invalid login, incorrect password, incorrect username, like empty username and password, login attempts reached, account log, remember me functionality, social login, and remember if you all this functionality available on your login page, you have to automate this type of scenarios. The Gemini AI will tell us in the perfect way you can automate the login functionality using this type of scenarios. Simple. Okay. So if I ask, can you create simple code using all these scenarios? Okay. So I'm asking to create like the code which is cover all these scenarios, right? Which we have created. So here we can get that all these scenarios using this for loops and everything like username and like how it will like use the data provider process and everything like data driven testing and everything using the simple code. It will check all the functionality like okay, this is the verify error message and you can verify if else conditions. Everything is put in the best way here. Okay, WebDriver weight and your for loop and username, how you can pass it. You can simply copy this code and use it in your automation process. So this will provide us a great information related to this. Okay, if you want to add some reporting process in this particular like script, for example, can you add test ng framework in this code? Okay, so I'm asking to add the test engine framework in the same code. Okay, so we have a little structural way of our code as compared to the Java. So I'll just asking Gemini AI to create same code using the like test engine framework. So here we can get before class we have to launch this application, then data provided in annotations we have to use, and we can get that username and password from here, and data provided using login details and everything, and we can simply after class we can divert quit, and this error message will be captured by sorry. So this will be the concepts where we can convert this code in the .ng format as well, in the framework format as well. Okay, and also if I ask to Gemini AI to add extend report code in this script. Okay, I'm asking to do something advanced, like I want to send the report to the management. So add that extend report code in this particular script as well. Like, okay, so here is the code which is extend report integrated along with the best practice. Okay, so here login script, and this is the WebDriver functionality. Here initialization of extend report and everything, like extend reports is how extend report will be flushed here after class, and all the extend report test logs like pass fail, everything will get added here. Okay, extend report, create test and login and everything. If you copy this code and simply paste it into your ID and just simple few lines of change do in your code, and you can like the best logic in the world you have made to your login script. As I'm just showing you the login example, but as per your requirement, you can add like the script, whatever requirement you have, you can just ask that question to the Gemini AI, and it will be provide us a real-time example of the current situation. Okay, so extend reports, advanced version you want to use, whatever you want to use, you can simply uh, simply you can just add that code here and ask that to the Gemini AI, and you can just copy that code and use it or whatever you want to use. So here we have added the extend reports as well and everything. Okay. So here what we can have say like login success. Okay. This is not using like a bold format or in the extend report formatting. Okay. Can you add some HTML tags here? I'll just ask you. Can you add some HTML tags here to show best format in report? Okay, I'm just asking to add some HTML tags in this particular like log status, which is we are getting in the extend HTML report whenever you open the report. So it will add that HTML structure. If you don't know the HTML, don't worry about it. And he will provide us HTML log status with this BR and all this tag, BR, then I tag and username and everything. So here we can provide the best tags and everything. If you don't know the HTML structure and anything, you don't worry about it. It will give you the best answer related to this. Okay, so you can just like copy this code from here, and you can simply paste into your script. So this all the functionality or whatever related to the to do the code or whatever you want to learn from this Gemini AI related to the language, related to the Selenium WebDriver, related to the automation process, and everything will be get created. Okay, so that's it in this lecture. Hope you like this lecture much more, and you are learn something new concept related to the Gemini AI and how you can use that Gemini AI in your real time work, and you reduce your times and efforts using this AI tools. Okay. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our Automation Lab. Okay, so share with your colleagues and friends. You know, also they can learn all this concept practically. So let's meet in next chapter with a more interesting concept related to the Selenium and automation process, manual testing process. Okay, till time, have a great day. Bye bye. Take care.